This video would be better enjoyed with a gemstone body scratcher, don't you think? Click the link in the description below to learn more about my small business. Thanks, and enjoy the video. Hi, Sarah. Hi. I'm Dr. B.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So we've got you in today for a HENT exam. We like to do these every few years, so I think you're just due, right? No issues that you're having?
No, it's just like a
checkup. Okay. And when was the last time you had one of these done?
I'm a little overdue. It's been about 3 years.
Was there any abnormalities in your last exam?
No, it's just a follow-up. I did have a concussion a couple of years ago, so
okay.
It's just a follow-up for that.
Do you currently have any symptoms from that? Any lingering headaches, fatigue?
I do get headaches, chronic headaches.
Did that start with the concussion?
Did, yeah.
Okay. So about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show me where you get those headaches?
It's like right above the brow, and then I tend to get like worse behind my ears.
Okay. Scale from 1 to 10, 1 being no pain, 10 being excruciating, heading to the hospital. Where would you rate that?
If I have a really bad day, maybe like a 6 or a 7.
Okay, so it's pretty intense. What do you do, if anything, to make the pain better, less intense?
If I have to, I'll take a leave. Otherwise, just try to close my eyes, maybe. It tends to get worse if I'm like looking at my phone or something, so I'll try not to do that for a little bit.
Yeah, very common with head injuries. And how often are you taking the anti-inflammatory?
Maybe twice a week. I try not to do it too much.
Okay, that's fine. I think the only thing we'd be worried about is some discomfort in your stomach. If you're not having any of that, are you having some?
It's usually fine. I try to eat something a little bit, so I'm not taking it on like an empty stomach. But.
Yeah, honestly, as long as it's not bothering you, I think it's okay to continue with that pattern. When you get to be more than like 2 times a week, 3 times, 4 times, then we get into the range of like, okay, we need to figure out a different solution for you. But if it's manageable, that's okay. Any issues with your vision since the concussion? Any blurriness or double vision?
Not really. My eyes hurt sometimes. Like if I work from home, so if I use my computer a lot or something, I do get like pain, but nothing.
You said you get the pain like right above the eyes here. Does it ever kind of feel like it's coming from the back of the eyes, or is it really...
Kind of, yeah, like push, kind of like pressure.
Yeah, pressure on the eye. And do you wear contact lenses or prescription glasses?
I do have glasses, mostly for driving, reading.
Okay, so you're not wearing them now?
No.
But you feel comfortable with distance and things like that? Okay. So you wear them for driving and reading. So kind of all around, close up and distance. Okay. Moving down, any changes to your smell or taste over the last year? Okay, good. How about your hearing? Do you use any form of hearing aids or assistance?
I don't. My hearing's usually fine. I do have just kind of like chronically bad ears, like ear infection, that kind of thing. But my hearing itself should be okay.
History of ear infection. Are you currently feeling any swelling or pain inside the ear?
No.
Great. We'll take a look inside. So with that concussion, I don't know how it occurred, but did you have any whiplash or anything with your neck?
I did kind of. I was hit in the head by accident, so I did, once I was hit, kind of turn.
Yeah, kind of fling that way.
Yeah.
Okay, and on this side?
Right behind the ear, kind of.
The right side. Any lingering pain?
Not anymore, no.
Great. How long did that take to go away?
Probably like 7 or 8 months.
Okay, decent time. Right. And any issues with swallowing or feeling like lumps in the throat?
No.
Okay. So that's good, because that is also a good sign that, you know, the anti-inflammatory is not bothering your stomach too much. If you're not getting this acid reflux indigestion, that might cause some discomfort in the throat, but great. Okay. So Sarah, I feel like I've got a good sense of your histories, or anything else you wanted to add before we start with the exam?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I am going to put on some gloves. We're going to work our way from the head down. I'll be very gentle in the head and the neck where you had that injury, but I do want to be able to palpate fairly thoroughly so I can feel for any swelling, edema, or remaining tension or bumps, okay? Before we start, I want to do a couple of tests for your orientation. So, where are we right now?
Doctor's office.
Okay, and what day of the week is it?
Tuesday.
Around what time?
10 a.m.
Perfect. And can you tell me who the first president of the United States is?
The first president,
Yep.
George Washington.
Very good. And can you tell me what the weather was like yesterday?
Mostly sunny, a little chilly.
So that just tests your short and long-term memory as well as your orientation to person, place, and time. You know who you are. What's your name?
Sarah.
Okay, you told me earlier, so I just assumed you hadn't forgotten since that's good. I'm going to give you a couple words to remember, and I'll ask you after I'm done palpating the head. Book, car, rug.
Okay.
Book, car, rug. Repeat those for me.
Book, car, rug.
Perfect, okay. So I'm going to look at your hair. You mind if I take your hair out?
Yeah, that's fine.
So you said for work you do a lot of computer stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how often are you sitting during the day?
I would say at least, like, kind of depending on how much I have to do that day, I would say like 4 to 6 or 7 hours.
Okay, so you're spending quite a lot of time staring at that screen.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming you're on your phone as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if you have any pain or tenderness while I check the scalp. So the injury was right about here.
Yeah, like kind of right behind my ear.
What did you get impacted with?
I was doing some volunteer work at a rehabilitation center for people with mental disabilities.
Okay.
And it was like an accidental hit in the head with a walking stick.
Gotcha. Swelling definitely doesn't feel too bad here. That's great. I mean, it's been a little while, right? You said a couple of years.
It's a little bit tender, but it just always has been.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, these types of head injuries can take a really long time to fully heal, like sometimes 5-10 years even. Anything up into here?
No.
Just going to compare side to side as well. Okay, yeah, when you compare side to side, there's still a little bit of inflammation. It's not too bad though. But that could definitely be why you're still getting some of those headaches. Get my pen light. I just want to look at some of the scalp got very thick hair, which is amazing. Got gorgeous hair and looks nice and evenly distributed. There is a little bit of a freckle, blood blister, something right there, but it looks just like pretty topical. How's your hat game? You wearing a hat outside?
Not usually. I will occasionally if I'm like on a hike or something just to protect my face from the sun, but
How about sunscreen?
I do wear sunscreen every day.
Excellent. Yeah, the hair is just, it's so thick. It's really very protective of the scalp, so I'm not too worried. I don't see any signs of sun damage. One of those red spots over here. The scalp looks really great. Nice and clear. Okay. What were those 3 words that I asked you?
Like book, rug, car.
Perfect. Yeah, that can reach up. That can reach up. No, you did a great job. All right, I think the head's okay. I definitely want to keep an eye on the swelling and we'll track it. I'll probably, at the end, I'll do a quick measurement there so we can keep an eye on it. But otherwise, I'm going to move on to your face. So if you can just look straight ahead for me. Any pain with this?
No.
Does it cause any of that pressure behind the eyes?
Just a little bit. It just makes me feel like my eyes are going to water a little bit.
Okay. Just going to check the tear ducts here. Any pain here?
Mm-mm.
Good. Checking the outside of the ear, looks normal. Head looks also valid as well. Let's look inside the ear. So you said you got some ear infections and things like that.
Yeah, I have since I was little. Maybe like once or twice a year I'll get an ear infection.
Looks fine for now. It's not bothering you. I can see the tympanic membrane. No pain there? It's just a smidge red, but are you using like an ear spoon or anything like that?
No, I did fly recently, so I had these like special ear plugs in my ear.
Okay, yeah. So I think it's just a little irritated. I don't think nothing major. Let's test your hearing. So I'll have you cover that ear with your own finger, and I'm going to whisper into this one, and I want you to repeat after me, okay? Okay, I'm going to do one more.
Daffodil.
Okay, I'm going to do the other side. Cover that up and just sort of press it a little bit. Perfect. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to tell me which side you hear the noise on.
Left. Right. Right. Left. Both. Left. Both.
Move my gloves for now. I want to be able to feel the lymph nodes a little better. And I'm just kind of jumping around here, so. Okay, I'm going to come down. I don't know if there's any tenderness or pain with this. Okay. Try your shoulders for me. Okay, relax. Nothing's palpable. So not feeling it is a good thing, right? You shouldn't really be able to normally feel the lymph nodes. So, but if you can feel them, that's a good indication that you may have an infection. So like when you get your ear infections, you may also feel like you get these like lumps right here. I'm gonna just check the ones over here. You seem pretty healthy right now. Okay. All right, let's do your vision now. So if you don't mind just standing up briefly, turning towards this chart. So I'm going to point to a few letters. I want you to just read them for me. And you're not wearing any of your contacts lenses right now, right? Your glasses? Okay.
P-E-C-F-D.
Okay, can you read this whole line backwards?
C-E-T-O-P-F-E-D.
Okay, and what about this line at the bottom forwards?
P-E-Z-O-L-C-F-T-D.
What color is this line?
Green. Blue.
Very good. All right, you can have a seat back down. 20/20 on the vision there. I'm going to look into the eyes themselves. My pen's over here. Always forgetting where I put things. Okay, so just stare straight at my nose for me, please. Good. Okay, excellent. I'm going to shine right in the middle. Very good. You see the tip of this pen right here? About 18 inches from the face. Mm-hmm. Is it blurry at all or double vision?
No.
Okay, follow it everywhere it goes. Ignore my finger. Ignore it. Now look at the finger. Now back to the pen. Back to the finger, please. Okay, very good. You can relax your eyes. I know, it's very interesting to look at. I don't blame you. Okay, looking in the back of the eyes now. So I'm going to get really, really close again. You can just kind of stare straight ahead. Got some gorgeous veins in the back of your eye. Very pulsy. Awesome. I'd love to see that as well with the head injury, that the eyes haven't been affected or are no longer bothering you. So that's really great. We did a little bit of a color test, but we'll just check a couple of these plates. Tell me what number that is. Answer to the universe, right? What about that? 5. All right, here. No issues with your color ever? No issues. Okay. All right. Let's move on to your nose. I'm just going to peek up it. Nice, no deviated septum. Can you close one, breathe in, and out, and breathe in on the other side? Nice and clear. Okay. I'm going to give you something to smell. Close your eyes. Lavender. Very good. Got one more for you. exactly. I'm just gonna feel. Okay. I want to look at the symmetry of your face. Like, give me a big smile and a big frown. Nice. Lift your eyebrows nice and high. Push down. Close your eyes nice and tight. Don't really open them. Push your cheeks out. Puff like that. Don't let me close them. Very good. You can relax. We forgot your mouth, so let's do that. But you said you're not having any issues with our taste, right?
No.
Okay, so we won't test that today, but open up for me and say, ah. I'm going to take a fresh little in here. One more time. Good. And you push your tongue against me inside. There you go. And here. And stick the tongue out and move it side to side. Good, nice and parallel, which is great. All right, let's move on to a little bit more of your neuro. We're kind of doing a hint neuro, especially because of that head injury. We want to make sure everything's functioning. So we did a little bit of the orientation in the beginning, but I'm going to have you say a couple of things. No ifs, ands, or buts.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Okay, and can you take a glass of water? I'm going to have you just hold it in your mouth. Take a sip and hold it in your mouth. And I'm going to feel here and swallow for me. Okay. And just go, ah. Okay, no problems with the throat and the neck there. Okay. When was the last time you went to the dentist?
About a year ago.
Okay, no problems? Excellent. Let's do some neuro. So I'm just going to take this nice, soft little cotton piece of, fabric here. I want you to close your eyes and say yes when you feel it run across your face.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay, I want to test back here. You feel that? Does it feel the same as over here?
Yes.
Okay, and this feels the same as this. Okay. I have a little sharp tool and a little softer tool. So again, I'll show you on your hands. Well, I'll show you on your chest. So you feel how that's quite dull and that one's more sharp. Just tell me what you feel.
Soft.
Yep, soft or dull.
Sharp. Sharp. Dull. Sharp. Dull. Sharp. Dull. Sharp. Sharp. Dull. Dull. Sharp.
Okay, that's all fine. Alright. Feel this little puff of air?
Mm-hmm.
Does that cause any tingling in the face?
No.
It's okay. Now do your reflexes. So I should just relax in my arms for me, please. There we go. Really good reflexes. Stare straight ahead for me over there. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Okay. And let that jaw hang nice and relaxed. Okay. Same thing over here. Give me your weight. Relax. Relax. And you've got some pretty nails on, so this one might not work. think we're good here today. I do want to just take note of a couple of things. So let me grab my computer and we'll sort of talk about the exam and where we want to go next with it.
Okay.
All right, so pretty much meeting standards for every test that we did. I just want to keep an eye on that headache pain. If you're not having a flare-up right now, which it seems like you're not, very hard to sort of like test you there. If it starts to get worse, like beyond a point of manageability, come back in, we'll do some more tests, maybe we'll do a scan. And there's some pretty interesting treatments nowadays for chronic headaches or migraines, but I'd say if you can get away with 2 Aleve a week and function pretty well and just take that rest when you need it, then that's, best course of action, and hopefully over time it will continue to heal. And then the only other thing where there's a couple of spots in the scalp, I'm going to just put that in your file since I believe you're in the same hospital group for your dermatologist. So I'll just send that over to them and they can just keep an eye on it. Usually, it's nothing. It's just a little bit of weather or irritation, but since your hair is so thick and it's like very hard for you to check your own scalp for any blemishes that may become more dangerous in the future, definitely let them know about that. Well, all right, Sarah, it's great to see you today. Do you have any questions for me before we end the exam?
I don't think so. Thank you.
Okay, great. I'll see you in a year.